So we're down to day 3. And at this point, we've still got a lot of work to do on the top. The exhaust is not yet finished. We're still dealing with some brake adjustment issues. And I've been praying a lot for this car to actually shift. And so far, I don't know. We're gonna see how that goes. All right, so we're nearing the end here. The top is almost ready to go on right now. I'm finishing up the weather seals on the top. We just built these lips. These were the hockey sticks. I'm just finishing up the seals, and I keep the seals about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. I want them to only cast a shadow, and I never want to see the actual seal. I want to flip it first, and we're going to carry it over there in configuration. I'm going to take the weight off that corner, flip them. In this case, you're going to run trail, we're going to steer. Okay, this time it goes straight down because we've got all the pads in place. So we set it carefully here. Aim it and drop it carefully. Now we start the process of basically holding it down, but there's your basic finished top. What do you think, Davey?
Oh, look at that. It's not supposed to trim on.
All right, you're gonna get the trim on. Was that you, Davey?
Don't walk over here.
All right. Wow, I don't want to be over here. We've just marked the mirror, and actually do me a favor. I want to make sure, because this is something people screw up all the time. People miss how to align a mirror. Can I jump in your place for a second? And the important part of aiming a mirror, people just try to, no pun intended, mirror the left side. But what you want to do is you want from your eyesight to turn, and right there, you see how 100, now bring it up and in just a tick. Okay, that's it. So right now, Hunter's hand is exactly in the middle, and that's what I want to see. So what we do is we trace the pattern of the outside of the mirror. So go ahead and move the mirror. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take and line up the 2 holes with a cardboard template, drill the holes, put our backstop.
So this would be our template. Okay,
and then we're going to put our metal reinforcement plate behind it, screw the whole assembly together, panel bond the plate so that if you ever have to remove the mirror again, you don't have loose hardware flying around in the door. So it'll be literally a quick job. Just pull 2 screws, the mirror comes off, put 2 screws back, the mirror goes in. Unlike, sometimes you're chasing hardware, and so almost ready with the mirror.
That's right.
Okay, Will, how are the seat backs doing?
I need another can. I'm just going to see if Colin had a can.
Go ask Audrey. Will is going to go back and get some more black paint. So our seat backs. So what we did was the 65 Corvette unfortunately has a very small seating area. So what you don't want to do is have a large seat. We took some 65 seat backs and restored them, of course, in black. And now we're putting those onto the vehicle. A few things left. Actually, we're down to one thing left in the paint booth, and that's the hood. So working in a little bit, I'm going to leave this hood in here. This is more of an OEM sort of look to the bottom, which is a satin on the bottom of the hood. And that's it. At this point, it is time for us to finish the build out of our top latch assembly. So this top mounts in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locations. So we got to start working on the top mounting system. Okay, so Audrey, what you got going on?
I'm attempting to put the latches on for the removable split window top.
How's it going?
It's going really well. I think we finally got the latches on the removable split window top.
Okay, so the latches are on. Well, I mean, those latches are on it. I'm assuming you've kept them loose, right? Because we're going to have to fit them.
A little bit.
Keep them loose enough that they slide up and down right now, all right? What you doing?
I am unmasking some of the top, the tape stuck. So just cleaning it up.
Mike, so you're going to take the left rear and balance it? All right. That's my right rear?
Yeah.
And it's balanced at this point?
Yes.
Okay, good. How far off was it? Was it pretty close?
It was 2.5 off.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a big fat tire with a lot of weird weight.
Hey, do me a favor, Mike. When you get done, pull all the spinners and put them on my table. I've got to do one more coat of red paint on them.
try that.
How's Hackle and Jackal doing with the mirror? How many days have you got into this mirror so far, Colin?
I don't know. 5.
5 days? You have
I don't
5?
keep track.
You dump the water and fill it with antifreeze?
Yep.
Okay, what do we got, our 50-50 mix? So it's safe to...
Well, it's concentrate right now. It's going to be 50-50 because you get
Okay.
about 2 gallons in the radiator and 2 gallons in the engine. So I'll dump 2 gallons in the radiator after I drop.
Okay. The engine, are we close? I mean, we've got the right fluids, the right clamps on it now?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Everything's in
okay,
there,
so the
intake's
cold
in.
air intake looks good, our mass airflow is lined up.
It's in there, yep.
Okay, the brakes are good, that took a little bit of work. All right,
Yeah, I
so what else?
I'm swapping over the coolant now to get it to 50-50.
Okay,
I put the rocker covers on.
the rocker covers, how'd they go?
They look really good.
I mean, how close was the
I had
fit?
it was off by about 1/4 inch, but I clearanced it and
Okay.
we'll be fine on that.
Okay,
The
so,
only thing I got left to do is do some touch-ups on the pipes and put the heat shields on.
all right, so we've got a problem and it's this right here. So this is our driver's side and we're hitting on this prominence. So I've got to peel, there was no way to check this before because we've been setting it on rags every time. But I'm going to basically drop this down right here. And then we're going to test fit it one more time. Here is where it's a little bit of guesswork, but we got to take this edge down. So the trick is take off everything you need and not too much. All right, I'm gonna leave that like that for now. And we're gonna test fit it again and see if this is better. All right, so ready? Now we got some latches on here this time. I think that was it.
Come back a little or no?
Oh, that's perfect. So, this latch now engages with perfect tension. When guys think about building cars, this is the day that everyone loves, right? Because the 100 hours of building the top, the 100 hours of fitting the top and making it perfect and fitting the windows and pre-fitting the trim, when it all comes together at the very end, this is the part that everybody loves. Unfortunately, this represents 2% of the build. It's the other 98% of the build. That's the tough part. The wipers work, but unfortunately what happens is the arms are actually too long. The top of the wiper arm is striking the windshield trim along the top of the pillar. And so unfortunately, that needs to be resolved too. We've got to remove them to make that happen. The trick to pulling these wipers off
Gotta hit that little lever that's
is you actually don't have to hit the lever, you just got to pry them. But you got to pry on the exact opposite corner from where I am. Here, I'm going to grab a screwdriver. It's dangerous, but it works much better. It's coming at you. Ooh, this one's going to be, this one's harder to do. Ready? Yeah. Wow. Okay, hold it down a little bit more just to release the tension from me. You know what I mean? Let me tell you, that's a heart attack waiting to happen. It is so easy to screw up the paint pulling off a set of wipers. So, something we can't do. Something as trivial. Aha, there we go. Nice. In fact, we don't have to do any cutting. I thought we were going to have to cut. So this is the driver's side. Driver's side, how much shorter? Is 3/4 of an inch good?
Yeah.
Turns out I didn't even have to take them off to do this. You can adjust them on the car. So, oh yeah, that was fun. Every once in a while, you get surprised that somebody already thought of the problem. So apparently these wipers are kind of a universal fit, only, that one size fits all underwear that fits like nobody? Well, this may just be a one size that fits all that actually works. So that, to me, oh, look at that. And this wiper is now about 1 inch shorter. So we're gonna do our test. Okay, so in my test, you can see I'm still a little too long, so I'm gonna drop another, about 3/4 of an inch out of it. What do you think, guys? happy with that? I can't remember if it's driver or passenger on top. Because they have to be, I can't.
The driver's on top.
Is that a guess or are you right?
The passengers on top.
Passengers.
All the Corvettes in here.
You know what they say? If you're gonna screw up, do it with authority, right?
That's right,
So
yeah,
passengers on top.
be
So this
confident
one
in your
is,
answers.
this is my low wiper, right?
Yeah.
All right. So our wipers are ready to go back on. What do you think about the thought of going with clear glass? Because Auto City Classics has the tinted, and you know what option you had to get if you got air conditioning, right? You had to get tinted glass. That automatically was part of the package. So what we should have is, you know, the green glass all around. But what do you think? Would you have liked green glass on this car?
I like the clear.
All right, so we decided to go with clear, and primarily because he made a really good point. He goes, have you done a beautiful interior? I said, oh, the interior's over the top. He said, if you put green glass on it, it stops people from seeing the interior. If you want to show off the interior, go with clear. And he said, and if this car is not going to be parked outside in the rain and the sun, which it better not be, then you're better off with clear glass. So it was a judgment call, but what do you think? Would you have gone with green or clear?
Clear.
Okay. So usually whatever I choose, he says you did the wrong one, and he chooses the opposite. So in this
Not
case,
this time.
okay, I was gonna say every once in a while, you know, a blind squirrel finds the nut, and in this case, that's me. Now turn the wipers off. Turn the key on. Now turn the key on. Turn the wipers on. No, cycle the key off and on just to reset it. Now with the key on, turn the wipers on, and turn the wipers off.
They parked yesterday, they just took a couple of goes.
They're not catching the first time around.
I'm not parking. Turn the ignition switch off. Recycle the wiper switch on and off. And then now turn the key on. Cycle it to where it stops, and we will deal with that. Add that to your list. To get the clearance, it turns out that the wiper cancellation isn't functioning correctly. I choose to use original equipment, good quality American-made parts, and in this case, the wiper motor does work, but it won't shut off, so we're hoping it's something simple, and I've asked Colin to take a look at it. One of the finishing details is this cool little placard, and because we don't need a shift plate in this car anymore because it's an automatic, and I just think shift plates on automatics are kind of goofy. We replaced the shift plate since this isn't a factory. I don't think they had paddle shift in 65, did they?
Maybe one, like the 63 gig AC car.
This goes right into that spot, and we're gonna let that dry. And so now, you know, above your factory power window system, you've got a very cool little placard that if they want to change it out, they can, but it's sort of a reminder of who built the car. The trick to drilling fiberglass is drill at a very, very high speed with very, very light pressure, otherwise it'll tear the glass. I'm going to pre-fit each one of these screws, make sure that it fits correctly before I go on. That's a little too tight. I'm going to step up my drill size by one. All right, so this screw fits beautifully. So now this one can go in place.
What you doing, Colin?
Putting our last door panel on.
I love it when you do the whole Vanna White thing.
Almost there. Just got this, and then 2 screws here. And we'll be done with this door and the other door.
All right, so I'm trying to get our gas door all put in place. Got a lot of compound down in there. And our little latch assembly here needs to recess further into the glass. I'm gonna have to pull it apart, mark this, and make that tang go more that way so that because right now when you close the gas door, it wants to pop back up. So obviously it needs to stay down. So the whole idea is to get this little tang to drop into that recess and come back. Okay, and so now it does. That little tang will drop into there. So I need to repaint that, and then hopefully the gas cap can sort of go on final. Okay, so where is my transmission harness?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I know they charged my card, but I don't have a product. That's as far as I have.
How many days have we been playing with a transmission that won't shift? Yeah. All right, so right now we've got a huge problem because, well, the car won't run. I mean, it'll run, we can start it up and we can take it around the block, but we're limited to, 30 miles an hour because the car is stuck in second gear. And we've been chasing our tails on this problem, and it's a computer harness issue. We know the transmission works because we've overridden a computer and put a shift box on it, and with the shift box it shifts fine. Unfortunately, when we put the TCM back on it, it won't shift. So we're fighting hard right now, and we really need to put some miles on this car. So more later. Are we ready for this seat? Yeah? What do you think of the backs? Do you like them? What?
Sorry.
Oh, okay. What do you think of the backs?
I think they look great.
All right, so we've got a pebbled surface. I mean, they were already a pebbled surface, and we just had to re-pebble it. So, all right, let's see it go in. I gave Colin a big rash of crap when he went to put the seat in and then found the broken stud. So, Colin, you're working really hard doing this. I see that
Supervising.
you're supervising. Okay. All right, so Hunter.
Hunter how to do seats because we won't talk about the first time I took a seat.
Oh,
out.
yeah. For what happened the first time you took a seat out or into a car? What'd you do?
I took a giant chunk out of the side of the quarter.
Yeah.
So that's why I say when you go in, you always sit against the body
and turn sideways.
rotate around.
Okay,
sure. I don't know if
so the interior is actually starting to come
Look,
together.
All door panels.
Yep, the
everything
door
besides the
panels
glove
are in.
box. That's the only thing that's missing.
Okay,
is
and
the
I've got
glove box.
to finish the glove box for you. It's not finished yet.
Yeah, they painted over the emblem. Which
Right.
we're
I'm going to clean the letters up.
That's
Yep.
the last thing.
All right. So we have a bit of an issue now. Zachary's like 6'1". Johnny, what are you, like 6'9"?
6'2".
6'2"? Okay. I estimated that a 6'2" person would fit, but probably be getting close. So let's just see. All right. All right. So hang on. Colin won't let you sit in that seat. Those are deerskin seats.
Deerskin.
They're not leather. They're
kind of
deerskin.
deer?
What kind of deer? The kind that ain't around anymore. Actually, take those big roach stompers of yours off if you don't mind. Yeah, just jump in with your socks so we don't have to deal with the carpet.
Shoot, that's plenty.
So wait a second. At 6'2", put your feet on the pedals.
I'm there. Is it
Okay.
all the way back? I
But-
can drive
Look
it.
how much space
I
he's still
could
got
drive it.
between us.
Okay, and how much space over your head?
Close.
2 fingers.
Okay.
1 finger.
So in other words, 6'2" is not bad.
No, not at all.
So what do you think? 6'3", we're getting close.
6'3" is probably about maxing it.
Okay.
Because the legs are my legs right now are I would like to have another notch or 2 back.
Yeah. Well,
But it's drivable.
you know what they say. You can wish in one hand and
For a car like this, I would
But
be fine.
But would you be happy driving this car?
Absolutely.
But I understand you don't like this car, do you?
No, I hate it. You want to give it to me? No. I'll
All right.
trade you for another car that I got.
Well, I appreciate the fact that you want to trade me for a different Corvette, but no, I think we'll stick with this one.
Come on, man.
All right, so the good news is, so Johnny, he does a lot of electrical work for us, and I called him up because he's a little guy.
Tall.
Yeah, and I wanted to see if a big human being would fit into our split window convertible with some room to spare. And there's actually a little bit of room. Nick,
No, it's very comfortable. I could drive the car, no problem. It wouldn't be any problem taking a 4-hour trip in the car.
okay, but you're not going to get to.
Come on, man. Let me try.
Our wipers, they're not parking. What's going on?
All right, so this guy right here, this is your stop.
Mm-hmm.
So when you turn the wipers on, it kicks back.
Right.
It's got a little tiny spring here that more than likely I have a bunch of these. So this is worn out too. So you change this spring and you can see how it's sticking.
Yeah.
See how it's not sliding all the way back. So when you trigger it to stop,
Oh, it's just not. It's basically
sticky,
jamming up.
It's sticky and the spring is weak. So if we change the spring and re-grease it, it'll slide like new.
Okay, let's get some electric contact cleaner in there.
Yep.
And just sort of clean that whole thing up.
Yeah.
And I want it
it
to work like new.
Yep.
One of the challenges I'm having is having our gas adapter go on and then release from the system. And the reason it's not releasing is just because the edges are a little bit too sharp and it's sort of catching. So I'm pulling the gas tank apart, and I'm going to, once the gas tank is pulled apart, polish the edges and make this thing operate like it's supposed to. I've sort of figured out what it is. when this goes to interface on our gas filler, the edge here is just a little bit too proud to allow the tangs to release. So I'm going to go in and just sort of clean up these edges, just, you know, 10,000ths, and see if that doesn't make this all better. One of the problems with this gas filler is that this throat is just too long and I need to cut it. So I built myself a quick jig, and now I can cut this, hopefully without it jumping out of my hand. A quick deburring, and we should be ready to go back on the truck. Let's go see. This cap system is actually quite complex, and there's very little margin for error. This was a very complicated design. I know it looks simple now, but I've probably got 40 hours of design, redesign, engineering, trial and error. And at this point, I get to hand it off to Davey. So Davey, whenever you're ready, see my little tack weld?
Yep.
I need it welded all the way around. I need a nice solid weld.
I got it.
Thanks. We're nearing the end. We're basically just waiting on Davey to weld that up. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get my boot ready so that we have a good seal. And Colin and I are going to attempt the thing. What is the thing?
Split window trim
Let me tell you,
on a painted, very expensive car.
on a perfect car, it's almost impossible. But we've got everything going against us because we got modified trim, going into a top that isn't original
And
with
it's
glass.
painted. It's painted, so you
That's
get
what
one slide.
That's right. You got one shot. So you ready to do it?
Let's do it.
All right. So this is it. We should have 12 pieces, right? Should have 6 corners, 2 straights, 2 curves, and 2 big uglies. So this system was actually built by Tom Keene of Keene Corvettes. In fact, I believe he did it as a response to me coming out with the tops because there's just more demand. I mean, there's always demand for trim, right?
Right.
But in this case, with the tops now being able to take aftermarket trim, Tom and I worked together. I mean, he would send me a set and have me try it out, and then I'd send it back with some comments, and it went through several cycles. But grab your first piece and let's go do it. And we're going to start with the big ugly. I'm going to grab my grinder and just sand that away.
Yeah.
We are now ready to try the almost impossible. Oh, okay, wait, what did you just say?
That's the worst one to do.
No, it's
Oh,
not the
wow.
worst one. And that one actually went in great.
It went in very nice.
So far,
I mean, that's gonna finish this car.
so far, so good. But we still have 11 more pieces to go.
Makes me excited. It's going on really, really nice so far.
Okay,
I mean,
we've got 3 pieces on. Did the trim cause a fight in this shop? As far as so we painted this top with the glass in it, didn't we?
Yeah.
So how many hours did we spend pre-fitting these parts and getting everything lined up?
probably 8 hours.
Yeah, and so I insisted we didn't take it apart and we masked off the
It's
glass.
paying off.
Yeah.
For sure. Because
you-
when we did your white Corvette, we put the glass in and did the trim, and that followed us for like 2 days.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
trying to get it.
So far,
This has been what, five minutes so far?
yeah, and we've got 3 pieces in. Now I don't want to jinx this, but pre-fitting each and every piece and then putting it right back in the same spot with all the clips in the exact same spot.
Yeah.
I think that's going to pay us right now.
Yes, definitely.
All right, for the first time ever in my life, every piece went in. However, this piece is rotated out of phase, that this side of it is a little bit up, and that's causing this corner to not interface correctly. So we have to try and gently rotate that piece in place. And we're gonna get a piece of soft wood with a sharp edge. We're gonna go cut it on the saw and hopefully rotate that piece in place. And you realize we've got 1 window done.
We still got 1 more to go, so.
Basically ran to the wood shop and built. You want to use soft woods anytime you're around a car because if you do touch the paint, the softwood has a much lower probability of damaging paint. And so what we're doing is just pressing it up there and just gentle hammer action.
Is that it? That's it.
Look at that. In place. That's one.
One more.
Now we got to do number 2. I always fight these tooth and nail is what I always do.
Watch that trim piece.
Yep. Okay, I'm in here. Ooh. Ow. Okay, I'm good here.
I got one in here, but we may need to come up just a little.
Okay, and you're lined up there. Go ahead. Good.
You want to leave this one? Oh yeah, that
Yep,
one has
leave
to
that
stay.
one out. All right, so now, okay, we got some tension on this, which I do not like, but I also don't have a clip on it. So grab me the corner right there. Okay, so we're gonna slide it over the end, align it. Am I aligned on the outside?
No, you need to come in. Yep, right. Nope, right there. Oh,
That popped in good.
went. Yep.
Okay, so we're good. We're gonna do a little dressing of them up, but we're good. Now we need the small round. I gotta tell you, your heart is pounding when you're doing this, because this is like the final piece, you know what I mean? This is, everybody's searching for the last piece of the puzzle, only in this case, it can damage everything.
You're right.
You put it in, and in this case, what we're doing is sort of estimating how far it should go in, which I
you
think...
only get one slide.
Yep. Now I'm holding it to stop it from scratching here, and
That one
that
went in, didn't it? Yeah.
went.
This
So-
one, or
But you got to give me some hard pressure. Ouch. Okay, go ahead and give me something. Oh, come on, girl, come on. Okay, nope, we're not there. Where's that piece of wood? Can you grab it? Put pressure here so that it doesn't pop out. And I'm just gonna, no, just with your fingers. You know what I mean? Just both hands. And I'm gonna push on it. I'm gonna try and slide it into there.
yep,
Okay.
he's moving.
All right, that feels...
Can't ask for it to be any better of a clip.
But it's like, it's like both terror and an adrenaline rush with every piece. We need the last 2 pieces.
Finish it off for him. That one.
Here,
first,
you
or this-
you control that one. Here, yep, you've got enough out, so go ahead and get that one lined up. No, I don't want. I just put it on it. Get it timed. You know what I mean? See, I need to come in more. That's good. All right. You good?
Yep.
Now I'm gonna pop this one in.
Wait.
Too late?
It should be.
Hang on, let me grab my light. I want to make sure.
We could come in.
You don't want
tiny
to.
bit.
You don't ever want to
See,
be on the
this
wrong
is
side of the
cool.
clip. So we're good here.
We just.
See, this one I don't like.
Got it.
Holy,
Yeah.
that is on. That is a world record
That was.
for getting. Okay. If we hadn't pre-done everything, which took a day, that process we would still be working on our second piece right now.
Biting our teeth.
So we did 12 pieces in 15 minutes.
And we've risked chipping because we'd probably have to take it in and out.
Yeah, we don't even want to talk about
Yeah.
that.
But
It's
we
on.
did. We did.
All right, it was a good day. So that ends day 3. We've got the wiper problem taken care of, both the length of the arms and the fact that it now shuts off. We've got a lot more work done on the top. There's still some open issues. My concern now is getting more miles on this car.